A stun cuff is something that wraps around a person's ankle. Now, just with a touch of a button, it can send up to 50,000 volts of electricity through their system. There are 799 troopers statewide, but I found out that 208 of them could retire at any time. That's 26% of the entire workforce. And the advocacy group Oklahoma Kids Count says in 2012, 1 in 5 kids that were abused had disabilities. The man walked up to the front door and he rang the doorbell.
He hit the talk button.
And he immediately started asking for her 13-year-old stepson. Police say a Walmart employee tried to confront the suspects. And when that didn't work, the two jumped in their car. They tried to take off and they nearly hit the Walmart worker.
For the first time, a Fox 23 investigation is giving you a look at human trafficking from the inside. We talked to a self-proclaimed madam and predator who says she purposely targeted certain young women. Fox 23 investigative reporter Katie Higgins is live with what's become a pipeline for victims. Katie.
It's social media, but that's just where it starts. A woman who you're about to hear from said that it's much easier than you might think to get your child into prostitution. Jessica Neely called herself a predator.
There was no force, but I did make them afraid of me.
She says she turned to the porn industry to cope with her own sex abuse and quickly found herself starting a brothel in Denver.
Here is a thing about most madams and perpetrators and predators is they think they're doing the community a service.
Neely says she ran girls from Denver to Dallas.
Anywhere there is a freeway, there's human trafficking.
And finding these young women is easy.
There are people and predators such as myself, as I used to be, that are looking for, I just got in a fight with my mom.
Neely used social media.
They've already friended your friends, which is a strategy I used.
She looked for specifics.
She is looking, or he is looking for those who are doing the sexy poses. Those are the girls who are completely validated through their body. I never went for modest girls because I did not have time to work through your morals.
And went for girls with college educations.
Seducing the daughters of the middle class, I didn't go for the ones across the street because you need to talk English to talk to my clients. So I'm looking for college debt. I'm looking for your financial crisis.
Then she put them to work in her brothel.
If you don't make $1,000 by noon, you can walk out the door.
Neely says it was that simple.
Do they know that they're a victim? Absolutely not.
Sergeant Todd Evans with the Tulsa Police Department says that makes their job almost impossible.
We've had cases where we believe adult women have been victims of human trafficking, but those cases are a little different. You need their cooperation to prosecute.
In Tulsa in 2016, human trafficking cases more than doubled the year before, from 43 to 88. Most of them found at hotels and brothels. That's where you guys are usually seeing this kind of stuff?
I would say in Tulsa, the majority of the time it happens out of hotels.
Sergeant Evans says the rise is due to more community awareness and stronger cases. Just this month, one of TPD's arrests, Joshua Herring, pleaded guilty in federal court for trafficking underage girls. Is there anything that a common person could look out for?
Younger girls that are with guys that are not appropriate for their age.
And the second you hear older boyfriend, boom, that is the red flag.
Evans says that girls' friends are in danger too.
Every single girl had recruited another girl into this industry.
Neely is done recruiting women. Now she's trying to help.
The girl who's sitting on the bathroom floor singing hymns from her childhood, you're going to make it. There's a survivor community.
She knows the way out can be a long road. In his own words, written just a few months ago, in my 8th grade year, I have a lot of problems.
He's my grandson. Yeah. I'm crying.
My plans are to control my anger and finish my schoolwork.
It hurts.
And to make more best friends. But that's not what happened for Sherry Baldwin's grandson this year. Police say Tuesday night he was involved in an armed robbery, stole a car, hit someone, led TPD on a chase, and rolled the car, landing here.
This could have all been prevented.
Other grandma, Beverly Brady, told me he's had opportunities to get help.
My grandson has been lost through the system.
The boy is diagnosed bipolar, PTSD, and attachment disorder.
He started at Shadow Mountain.
His first stay at a mental health facility was when he was 7.
He was there for probably about 3 months.
Since then, he stayed at 5 facilities, a total of 10 times. He's declared disabled from the state.
They go, oh, well, he's fine. He hasn't hit anybody. He's fine to go home. No, he's not fine to go home. He still needs the help up here.
He has a parole officer, DHS support, and judges on his cases.
He's definitely slipped through the cracks. Nobody cares.
This is 7 years of this boy's life trying to get help. You can see it's more than a foot tall. And this is why they've been fighting so hard.
We have feared and we have told people that this was going to happen.
Luckily, everyone involved will be okay.
I mean, what does it take? Do we need a dead body before DHS gets involved?
In his letter, he says his favorite song is Lost Boy. His grandparents fear that he's already become one. But then you have the dark web. It's like this secret underbelly of the internet where illegal activity is taking place. Protect your personal info. St. Pellet has heard all the tips before.
Everything is password protected, and we shred a lot of paper.
Same with Christy Standing Bear.
I check my bank accounts regularly.
But I found there is so much more to it. This is William Jones. If you passed him on the street, you probably wouldn't think twice.
Everybody calls me credit card Will.
But take a step back, and his orange jail scrubs paint a different picture.
I feel bad for what I did.
He's in jail for identity theft and unauthorized use of a credit card, to name a few. He hasn't always been like this.
I've got computer science and networking degrees.
But Jones lost his job, got into drugs, and needed money.
I'd been invited to the dark web years ago, so I just kind of dove into it.
He started buying people's personal info on secret websites.
If you knew how easy it was to take someone's identity and take their whole life.
At one point, he had 5,000 open credit accounts. Picture this. He rented a room on the 12th floor of the Hyatt Regency. He set up 7 computers, a smart TV, credit card writers, and ID printers. He powered it all from a solar panel he stuck in the window.
What's crazy?
Corporal Matt Rose with TPD says hackers get your information and upload it on secret servers, usually housed in Russia. Local scammers get access and buy your info with Bitcoin, an untrackable internet currency.
Because it's all out there. I mean, how many Target Red cards are there, or Walmart cards out there, are all stored on databases that these hackers continuously try to hack into until they're successful.
Here's the scary part. Is it not a matter of if my identity gets stolen, but when it gets stolen?
It's out there, and it's out there for cheap.
Jones says one site alone carried more than 1 million U.S. credit cards. But he could buy a lot more than that. For just $1.54, Jones could download your social, date of birth, and address. For $10.99, he could get everything from your credit card numbers to your email password. Jones says he spent $1,000 getting personal info, but he spent $750,000 with it in just 2.5 years. If that doesn't have you checking your accounts, listen to this.
If you're looking for identities, you can buy someone's identity. You can search by zip code all the way down to Tulsa.
Jones even found people he knows.
The guy I went to school with.
Get this, he helped him out.
I ended up buying his identity just so that no one else would do it.
Usually when you buy someone's info, it's taken off the market so no one else can use it. But if you're not lucky enough to know your scammer, Jones says you have one option to keep it out of hands like his.
The only thing you can do is purchase it.
The only thing I can do if my info is out there is purchase it and hope to God that nobody else does.
Right.
Whoa, right? But if that's not in your skill level, you can protect yourself. Jones recommends using a credit monitoring app. That way, when something happens, you'll know quickly. And we've heard this before, but Jones says it helps. Change your password.
Change it frequently.
Like how frequently?
I mean, I change mine usually once a week or so.
It will better protect you and the ones you love.